Trump is updating visas. Thank freaking God. It's about time. We've had too many cases where we just been allowing these people who hate America to enter. God damn. It's finally about time. Let's see.
Well, some
Mm-hmm.
shocking news out of the United States this
Yep.
week, where United States Citizenship and Immigration Services made the shocking announcement that they are going to update their guidance to prevent, and boy, this just tells you
Uh-huh.
how bad things are in Trump's America. They're updating their guidance to prevent anti American foreigners from receiving
Uh-huh.
visas to immigrate.
Yep. 100% agree with this decision. I know there's going to be like that small percentage of people saying, oh, but isn't this against their freedom of speech? Aren't you taking away their human rights? It's like, no. That only applies to people literally residing inside of America. People in another country, if they hate America and we find out about it, should be excluded. Why would we let someone else extra poison the country? Why would we willingly let people who are poisoning the country come in? Like, that's literally stupid. Bringing in more people who love and respect America is the best option. We have enough people who hate America on the inside that we don't want to increase that problem. We want to get rid of it because there's already so many people here that are like, this is the worst country ever. I hate it. We need like all this stuff. And then when it comes to put their words to actions, they never do because apparently putting in effort to help people struggling is just way too hard for the classic rich college educated liberal. Anyways,
My God. Well, frankly, that's a common sense change, long overdue.
yep.
To discuss this and more, let's bring in author and host of the Carol Markowitz Show, Carol Markowitz. Carol, I was absolutely stunned to see that people were absolutely upset about this idea that if you're anti American, you can't get a visa to go to America.
Oh, I wonder why. I wonder why those people are upset. Is it because maybe their entire voter base is gonna slowly shrink until there's no one extra hating America entering in?
Why would you want to in the first place?
Right. Well, I
Yep,
think it's because people think, oh, I'm American and I hate this country. Why can't we import more people just like me? And I think
exactly.
that idea is crazy. Obviously, I'm an immigrant to this country. And
Yep.
when I was a child, I did the whole immigration process, we did the whole becoming a citizen process. And you have to kind of prove that you are going to be a worthy American, that you are going to, be the best that this country
Mm-hmm.
offers, that you're going to live up to the values. And we sort of have moved away from that, where it doesn't matter anymore, and you're encouraged to bring your terrible backwards ways into the United States. I'd love to see that reversed a little bit. I'd love to see it become that you
Mm-hmm.
need to prove that you want to come to America and be American and be everything that that means, in the best way possible.
Yeah, I agree completely. I
Yep.
can't believe
Agree.
that people were losing their minds about this. But I want to talk about now also another American institution. There's
Oh
a
God.
restaurant chain called Cracker Barrel, and maybe Australians
Yeah.
have.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, they changed the logo, they changed the look. And the first thing people thought of was they hated it because they got rid of both the cracker and the barrel. Like we're so sick of this woke DEI and oversimplification of logos. And thank God, like people have shown what they think of it very clearly. Like people have started using people have already shown how much they hate it by tanking the stock of Cracker Barrel. And that by itself is a huge W. Cracker Barrel, like if you don't cave in, man, it's gonna get worse. We want 1960s Jim Crow looking restaurant back. We don't want any of this bullshit DEI stuff that was newly implemented in.
Heard of it, but it's a very sort of classic American down home kind of restaurant chain. Anyway, their shares have plunged by 20%
Yep.
after their new CEO decided to redesign the logo that stripped away both the cracker and the barrel. But
Exactly.
also, it's come out that they're doing a broader woke rebranding, have been involved in
Hell
all
no.
sorts of pride events and things of this.
Yep. Why are you going woke in 2025? That's the biggest problem. It's not like you're doing it when it was at least profitable in 2008. You're doing it in an era where all the woke stuff and DEI stuff left Walmart. You should take a hint and do what Walmart does, which is get rid of it.
Kind of nature. It sounds like they're going Bud Light.
God
Have
damn.
we got another company going woke and about to go broke here?
Hell no.
I think so. You know, the main thing to me that stuck out about this is that somebody took a logo that was, you know, a little bit interesting, not super quirky or different, but just a little bit of an interesting logo,
Yeah.
and turned it into the most bland, generic, AI produced logo possible.
Bro, no. Don't insult AI images like that. At least they have a certain amount of creativity. All this lady did was just put the font and strip away everything else, and that's literally all she did, man. Anyways, let's put this here. I'll show you. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Unoriginal, bland, boring. See, because all they did was get rid of the other stuff. Watch, I could do this. I could also pull that shit. I could also pull that shit. Like, very easy. I don't even have to try. Look at that. Look at that. It just, there we go. There we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. It's gonna take me a bit. Boom! There we go. The new Cracker Barrel logo. I just made it myself. You wanna know the difference? Even the one I made still looks better. And all I did was just erase everything else and leave it as whatever shit this is supposed to look like. There we go.
I think that that's what's really confusing to people. Like, what are they doing here? Why did they change this? Cracker Barrel is a beloved kind of low-priced restaurant that you see when you're on road trips with your family. My kids love it. There's a candy store with like
I'm not even joking. I've only ever seen one Cracker Barrel. I'm gonna straight up say it. This lady has to be fired. Would I feel bad for it? No. She's probably a multi-millionaire that makes money off of doing stuff like this all the time. One of the easiest jobs ever, where all you do is sit behind your desk and do practically nothing. I'm not gonna feel bad for someone like that getting fired from the Cracker Barrel team.
knickknacks in the front of every store, and you have these rocking chairs in front. It's just a really cute experience, and I think that people don't want it to become just another generic restaurant, and that's what it looks like it's becoming. They showed pictures of a remodel inside. They got rid of kind of some of the cutesy things that they had, and it's sad to watch a company destroy itself needlessly. Really, I don't know about the woke part yet. We'll see what happens with that. But why do this? Why make yourself like everybody else?
Oh,
Well, there was an
God.
interesting piece in the New York Times about this, and the New York Times actually said that Cracker Barrel restaurants were, and this was the New York Times reporting, they said they are white-coated and associated
Oh,
with
God.
conservatives.
Bro, man, white coated. It's literally called Cracker Barrel. It's literally called Cracker Barrel. It's exactly what it said. It's exactly what it's supposed to stand for. A cracker, a barrel, and 1960s Jim Crow. There we go. Bro, the fact that these people thought literally what made Cracker Barrel was a bad thing is literally how annoying they are. Holy shit.
This whole sort of weird racialization and
Yep.
politicization of something that shouldn't be racialized or political at all.
Yep.
I mean, the thing is, it's completely not true. Again, I go on road trips with my kids, and they, Cracker Barrel, let's stop at Cracker Barrel and get some of the fun candy that they have in the store. And
Yep.
it's a mix of people from all over the country. It's not particularly white. There's all races are represented. And that idea that it's some kind of white coded thing is nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. It's them trying to bring down an American brand, and that American brand is
Yep.
falling for it.
Yeah, it's a shame we can't take away their
Exactly.
visas. But hey, I want to go to New York City now, where you're from, where I'm from, and where Zohran Mamdani, who I've spoken about plenty of times on this show, is surging in the polls. He's now expected to be the next mayor
yeah.
of the Big Apple. We keep hearing more and more about this guy, his crazy economics, his adjacency to
Bruh.
very anti-Israeli and some would say anti-Semitic comments. As a former New Yorker yourself, what do you make of this, and what do you make of this in terms of the broader move of the Democrat Party towards socialism away from mainstream
Yeah.
middle America?
Yep.
think leftism goes hand in hand now with anti-Semitism and
It
at the very
basically
minimum
does.
being anti-Israel, and that's what Zoran Mamdani.
Bro, it's not only anti-Israel. It's anti-American, it's anti-white people. It's anti being an immigrant that thinks differently than the entirety of the group. It's anti free thought. It's do exactly what the group thinks, and if you don't, you're a traitor and you don't belong here. Like I hate when like those people are so willing to strip people are so willing to say someone is not even their specific race because they don't believe every little thing that the ideology dictates they should believe. Like why is it that why is it that Joe Biden could get away with saying if you don't vote for me you're not black and everyone's totally fine with it? That shit Joe Biden tried to pull.
Represents. But beyond all that, all of his ideas, all of his socialist plans for New York City, they're largely going to fail. He can't do a lot of the things that he claims he
Mhm.
can do. I mean, how many government-run
Yep.
grocery stores is he going to have in a city of 7
None.
million people? 2, 3? It's not going to work. He can't really freeze rent. He wants to do it with rent-stabilized apartments. New Yorkers misunderstood it as all apartments. Obviously, this is all going to fail. So the question is, what will he turn to when it does fail? And I think Jews in New York need to be
Yep.
careful that he's going to turn to vilifying them and they're going to be in danger. And that's not a
Yep.
crazy idea. That's something that plenty of politicians have done in the past. When their government policies fail, they find a way to scapegoat Jews. New York
Hmm.
Jews need to be careful
Mhm.
and they need to think about getting out if he becomes mayor. It's time.
God, it's just
Yep.
absolutely shocking. I never would have thought, having grown up in New York, 40 years ago, that we'd be talking about Jews having to leave New York City, of all places.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
finally, Carol, I want to ask you about this because, look, I'm not much of a Swiftie myself, but FBI, former
Oh. Oh yeah, Swifties are totally the nicest, most amazing group of people in the world. I am totally not saying this because I am fearful for my life, but because the group is very, very nice people.
FBI Director James Comey apparently is. He's posted a bizarre video about Taylor Swift and Donald Trump. Have a look at this.
You see, Taylor Swift and I go way back. I went to my first concert of hers 15 years ago.
Damn.
I'm in a family's Swiftie group chat. I know
Bro.
all her music.
You want to know something amazing about 15 years ago? Taylor Swift was 20. You want to know something amazing about now? Taylor Swift is still 20. The times have changed, but Taylor will not let time catch up to her. She's
I listen to it in my headphones when I cut the grass. So yes, I have a favorite of hers, although honestly for me it's a tie between All Too Well, 10-minute version, and
God.
Exile featuring Bon Iver.
Never heard of it.
Carol, creepy is the only kind of word that came to mind there. What did you think?
Look, I like Taylor Swift. I've been to a Taylor Swift concert. I've taken my
Oh,
teenage
God.
daughter to see her in Liverpool. I mean, I'm not against people liking Taylor Swift. That's great. But the fact that our FBI director, our ex-FBI director, is so deeply unserious and so weird, so odd, does such weird things and says such weird things.
Oh,
This is
God.
not the first time that he's made a kind of odd spectacle of himself. He recently had the incident where he said he was
Okay.
walking on the beach and came across a shell formation that said 8647, which
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. 86 usually means to get rid of or to take away. And then 47 is Trump's presidential number. And there were a lot of people that were like, oh no, what do you mean? It was just a cool shell shape. When in reality, he's an FBI director. He deals with messaging like that all the freaking time. He knew exactly what he was doing. He posted it on his social media. Then he was like, oh, this is interesting. And everyone, the moment they saw it, immediately knew that was bullshit. That was not like some kid who saw it and thought it was cool. This is a guy who was the director of the FBI, the place that can get rid of people if necessary. Like he knew the exact messaging.
means get rid of 47. It's taken
Yep.
kind of as a threat. I mean, he is a weird dude. How was he the FBI director? It just makes no sense to me, and it concerns me that someone
Goddamn.
like that was in that role for so long.
Well, yeah, I think we're going to hear a little bit more about James Comey in the coming weeks and months. Carol Markowitz, we're going to have to leave it there.
Yeah.